Where did this, Mansion's an interesting diatribe. Where did that come from?
That came from after a festival, and I just was on a plane, and I like just wrote it like on as a text.
That does sound stream of consciousness.
Kind of threw it up, and it was I was really angry, and it was about it's a reflection on groupie culture and about girls like selling themselves short. And I think that, you know, the media and magazines and society tells us that we should be a certain way and tells us that certain things are cool, or we create these own like things in our minds because of how we don't really feel, we don't have a lot of self-esteem, or don't feel worth, I don't have self-worth. And I saw these groupies hanging around like various different bands and kind of thinking that they were really living the life and being really cool, and everybody around them just thinks that they're total dicks and just thinks that they're, you know, stupid and a waste of space. And I find that really sad because I think that actually they're probably not. They probably could be really intelligent and an interesting person and do something cool with their lives, but they're just living off somebody else's dream or whatever, and just going, oh, I get to go on a bus and travel around the rock band and that's so exciting. And it's like, I, you know, travel around and do gigs and work really hard and get up at a festival and find like a dodgy shower and like feel maybe insecure that day and want to go home, or don't really feel like getting up on stage or whatever. And I'm doing that on a bus with with 12 people that I've employed that are my friends that respect me and I respect them. And these girls are literally like being shagged by these guys who, if they wanted to ditch them in the next town, they could do that, no question. And I think sometimes like girls use sex as like a foot in the door, or as a way to make themselves feel better. And, you know, like when you drink when you're depressed, you think, oh God, I just really want to drink. And alcohol's a depressant, so it brings you down and you end up crying by the end of the night. In the same way, like, if you think that, like, you know, having sex with loads of people is going to make you feel more confident, you're probably having sex with the wrong people if you're just going, you know, like, if you haven't found that security or that confidence yet. And so the poem is just the aggression and, like, you know, cleansing, like, all the political crap out of you and getting rid of all the nasty stuff. And then the song that comes with it is, like, the breather and going, okay, let's try and make this, you know, be empowered and find the positive somehow.
How about Don't You Want to Share the Guilt? I mean, it sounds like a Girl Interrupted kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because there's that thing at the end where you just go off.
Stream of conscious, yeah.
Yeah.
That song is really like, I remember writing that in like a hotel room in Australia. And I think I did feel a bit sad when I wrote it. So the song, it's like, it almost feels, it's quite atmospheric, and it feels like maybe like something's broken and unfixable, and it's scary, and you know, it's confused. But then the monologue at the end is almost like, I guess, defensive and explaining who you are. And I think that the little things in our lives and the small details and things we can remember from when we were kids, or, you know, where we grew up, and little things that are our own make us who we are, like make up actually a big part of our being, like, even if we don't realise that. And it's like, just, I don't know, it just is literally just saying, I want to do this and I want to do this and I am this and I think this and blah, blah, blah. And then at the end it says, don't think, just try and sleep. Because it reminded me by the end of the monologue of like being 7 or something, and, you know, when you got in a panic the night before school and you'd have a fever and you were like, the world's too big, and your mum's just like, just go to sleep. Okay, stop thinking about it.
Do I Do, which is that was the first single.
Yeah.
We've got those girl group elements.
Yeah.
That wall of sound thing. Now, Bernard Butler from Suede was your producer for this.
Yes.
Who came up with the arrangement, that old school type arrangement for that?
Well, the demo that I brought him, I'd already kind of had that feel, because I originally did a demo with Gonzalez a while ago. I'd written the song and recorded it on my laptop, and I said to Gonzalez, I was like, I was just listening to loads of girl groups, 60s stuff. I had this box set called One Kiss Can Lead to Another, or One Kiss Leads to Another, and it's really, really great, loads of girl group pop songs. And I just said I wanted that 60s feel to it. And when I took it to Bernard, he obviously he's really into like horns and stuff, so he added to it in that sense and helped me create the sound that I kind of wanted to. But my initial idea for the album was like, I want it to be a mix somewhere between 60s girl groups and 90s riot girl punk.
I think you do that. And in the middle, there's some new wave.
Okay, yeah, with like I've Got a Secret or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's
cool.
like Adamant in there.
Cool.
So I think you touch on all three, those three eras, like 60s, 80s, 90s, Karen O.
Yeah, cool.
Bikini Kill.
Yeah, they're my favorite band.
Yeah?
Bikini Kill.
See, I would have never guessed that.
Really?
No. Huggy Bear?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, so that's pretty hardcore riot girl stuff.
Yeah.
Well, good luck with the album.
Thank you.
I like I say, it's an extremely analytical record. And if you're in a relationship that's going slightly off the rails, you'll want to probably have a copy of this because it's like that depressing alcohol thing.
Yeah.
It might help you get through it.
Yeah, well, I think relationships are about hard work, and I don't think that anything's perfect, and I think it's good to fight, and I think it's good to go through those different feelings and just get over them and work through them, because anyone who pretends that they don't ever have that in their relationship are just lying. And I think that we're like, a lot of people feel confused about love, like, because they're told that, like magazines are like, the perfect man, or this is what you should be looking for in a woman, or this is how to work through your problems. And I don't think that that's right, because, everybody's different, and everyone, like, two people together are just unique, like, you can never say how to fix this person's problem. Every person's situation is unique. I did this thing with a special edition of the album. It's like a book, and I got loads of different people that I know and some other people I didn't know to write about their experiences of love and what love means to them. And some are good, and some are negative, and some are sad. And it kind of started with my nan and granddad really inspired me recently, because my granddad's very ill, and my nan like cares for him, and it's really stressful, and like it's not very fun, and doesn't fit, like it must not feel that romantic, but from the outside it's like the most romantic gesture I've ever seen. And I found these amazing photos of them in the 1930s, and it was really, just beautiful, and like and I think that although like romance, and I'm really romantic, I love romance, and I love like dates and I love music and creativity and art, and I think that that romance and lust and like the young things in a relationship are really important, but I think that love will transcend any of those things, and like you should be able to, don't just feel like you have to give up on something, because no one's perfect, and I don't think that anyone you meet like is ever going to be like complete, like no one's perfect. Human beings are imperfect, and we are emotional, and like we get angry and drunk and jealous and stupid sometimes. So you just have to figure out how to, if someone's nice enough and you love them, and the good outweighs the bad, then just work through the bad stuff, I think.
One final question.
Yeah.
What sort of music are you listening to now?
There's a lot of like British new bands that I'm listening to. A band called Pens from London, who are really cool. They're like three girls.
Like P-E-N-S?
P-E-N-S, okay. Yeah. And Peggy Sue have just released a record. And a band called Thrush Metal that are really good.
Thrush Metal?
Thrush Metal, yeah. They're really cool. And Brett Alimo, he's a solo artist he plays with me in the Receders, and he's really great. So I've been listening to like a lot of really, really new bands, and then also like just kind of Sleater Kinney and like Bratmobile and
Team Dresch.
Yeah.
All that stuff. Well, good. Well, thanks for being here.
Cool. Thanks for having me.